Another tip for direct communication is to just stick to the point. This doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to cut corners when you're explaining things. It just means you want to avoid the unnecessary fluff, all that extra stuff that you're adding onto the topic that is just going to make people really like waste their time while you're explaining all these fancy, examples. You don't want to over explain things, and you also don't want to add filler language to soften the message, because oftentimes this is going to dilute the message themselves. And especially if you're in a work setting, people are on a clock. That time on Teams is ticking. You don't want to be holding up people longer than they have. But for an example here, let's try an email instead, because it's a little bit different. If somebody is requesting information and you say, hey, can you send me the quarterly report by the end of Thursday? Sounds pretty good, right? Quarterly report, end of Thursday. Boom. Now imagine if somebody sends you an email and it says, hey, if it's possible, I'd really appreciate it if you could maybe send over the quarterly report at your earliest convenience. Like, could you imagine like opening an email and then reading all that and you're just like, dude, what? Just tell me that you need the quarterly report. Hey, can you send me the quarterly report by the end of Thursday? Yeah, I can. Cool. Like that's an example, and it's kind of funny, but it could be a lot worse. And you have to also think that depending on the type of work that you have, it can be kind of tiresome to have to read a lot of emails. I get an insane amount of emails, and the last thing I want to do is get into these emails where people are over explaining things. Like, just tell me what I need to do or what you need from me so that I can work on it, and not not an email like that, right? And that's just an example of a little small thing. But there's people who will send you, I mean, if people are here are, if you have a job, a corporate job, you know what I'm talking about right now. You know those people that send that list, that paragraph, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, I'm never going to finish reading this.